preparing for something like that. It's something you've been doing your whole life, something you love, and it's kind of like, it's all taken away from you.
I believe that God has a plan for this, and I'll be better for it. One day, I might not ever realize, why this happened to me, but I'll be a stronger football player and a stronger man because of this.
What if I told you that an injury can cause much greater pain than just the injury itself? And what if I told you that there is always a light at the end of a tunnel? Football players have a tendency to believe they are invincible. Getting injured can bring this belief to a halt very quickly, but there is much more that happens to a player than just the pain of the injury.
Well, for me, it was, all the work I'd put into in the offseason. I got hurt in the first game, so all the work I'd put in the offseason was kind of out the window, and I had to start all over again.
The first thought for me was, what's next? How bad the injury is. Will I be able to play again? I have to stay strong mentally through injuries, especially serious injuries, especially the one I had.
It's hard. It's an emotional ride, first of all. You just gotta stay humble. My most difficult struggle was my emotions. And I say that because when I got hurt, it was at the peak of my, season.
Well, going through surgery is extremely tough, along with, the physical injury. Then we're college athletes, so dealing with class, along with, when you're injured, you kind of feel lonely. It's very tough. So, all that on top of itself is extremely tough to deal with. I would tell you now, it's extremely hard to focus on class when you go through a big injury, especially when it's significant and you can't play the season. Kind of throw everything out of whack.
It takes an emotional toll.
As an athlete, the unknown can be scarier than what actually you're going to go through when it is an extensive post-surgery rehab where we may be looking at, a 3 to 6 month process, and that's laborious. It's long.
Well, first of all, rehab sucks. That's pretty hard. You go from being pretty strong, and then in the spot where you got injured, for me, it's my ankle. I'm not very strong now.
Usually one of the most important things that I look at is we need to let the athlete know what the game plan is. And so I think it's important that the patient, that the student athlete understands what are the phases, for this first, and I try not to lay it out too far. We don't talk about that 5-month end. We talk about short-term goals first. And this is the things we need you to do next week. These are the things that we're going to try to get to in 4 weeks. We look at the total body. We look at hips, knees, and everything works in sync. And oftentimes in the rehab process, while I'm not just focused on that surgical joint that we've had repaired, we're going to rehab, everything has to coincide. So, we can often make you strong. You hear the old thing, well, you're stronger, faster. Oftentimes that does occur, and it's simply because any imbalances and weakness that were there prior that really had nothing to do with the injury, we identify those in the evaluation process and then making the rehab protocols like we do.
Very rewarding to see progress, and you kind of gain some confidence back. The more and more you progress, and the closer you get to kind of re-entering the arena and back on the field.
You see some improvement, and all that does is give you hope. For a little bit, you kind of wonder if you ever will be the same football player, and that those improvements give you hope that you will be.
Seeing progress makes you think that anything is possible. You can come back from anything.